Assalamu alaikum. Our lab today will be about the circulatory system. Our objective in this lab, firstly, we will talk about the structure of the blood vessels in general. Then we will talk about the structure of the elastic artery, the medium-sized artery, and the structure of the vein. You have to differentiate between the elastic artery, medium-sized artery, and the vein under the microscope. We will start by the structure of the blood vessels. In general, the wall of the blood vessels consists of three layers or three coats. We call them tonics. The single is tonica. Those tonics vary in structure according to the type of the blood vessels. The layers that form the blood vessels are the tonica intima. It is the innermost layer in the wall of the blood vessel that is in contact with the blood. The tonica media, it is the middle layer. And the outer layer that forms the wall of the blood vessel, it is the tonica adventitia. Now we will talk about the histological feature of the tonica intima under the microscope. It consists of three parts: the endothelium, subendothelial layer, and the outermost part of the tonica intima is the internal elastic lamina. The endothelium of the tonica intima, it is the simple squamous epithelium. Outer to the simple squamous epithelium is the subendothelial layer. It is the loose connective tissue. And the outermost part of the tonica intima is the internal elastic lamina. It is a thin sheet of fenestrated elastin. So the tonica intima consists of the endothelium, subendothelial layer, and the internal elastic lamina. Tonica media, it is the middle layer that forms the wall of the blood vessel. It is thicker than the tonica intima. Under the microscope, the tonica media contains concentric layer of smooth muscles. Also, it contains fenestrated external elastic lamina. The external elastic lamina of the tonica media is thinner than the internal elastic lamina of the tonica intima. The contraction of the smooth muscle of the tonica media causes vasoconstriction and control of the blood pressure. The smooth muscle in the tonica media is supplied by the autonomic nervous system. The tonica adventitia, it is the most external layer that covering the wall of the blood vessel. It is the layer of connective tissue. It contains type 1 collagen, fibroblast, and the longitudinally oriented elastic fibers. In the large blood vessels, the tonica adventitia contains small blood vessels. We call them vasa vasorum. The vasa vasorum provide nutrition for the tonica adventitia and the tonica media. This figure illustrates the structure of the wall of the blood vessel. The innermost layer in the wall of the blood vessel is the tonica intima. It consists of three parts. The first part, this is the endothelium. It is the simple squamous epithelium. The endothelial cells rest on the basement membrane. Outer to the endothelium, this is the lamina propria. The lamina propria consists of the loose connective tissue. It is called the subendothelial layer. Outer to the subendothelial layer, this is the internal elastic lamina. It is the fenestrated sheath of elastin that separates the tonica intima from the tonica media. This is the tonica media. It is the middle layer in the wall of the blood vessel. It contains smooth muscles and the external elastic lamina or the external elastic membrane. The external elastic lamina separates the tonica media from the tonica adventitia. This is the tonica adventitia. It is the layer of the loose connective tissue. In the tonica adventitia, we will find nerves and blood vessels. The blood vessels in the wall of the large arteries that present in the tonica adventitia is called the vasa vasorum. It provides nutrition for the tonica media and the tonica adventitia. Now we will talk about the structure of the arteries under the microscope. In histological sections, the arteries have thicker walls than veins, a smaller diameter than veins, and more regular lumen than veins. The arteries are classified into two types. The first type, it is the large arteries or the elastic arteries. The second type is the muscular arteries, also it is called medium-sized arteries. This figure shows large elastic artery. This is the tunica intima in the elastic artery, large elastic artery. It consists of the endothelium. You can notice that the endothelial cells are spindle-shaped with elongated nucleus. So the endothelium in the large elastic artery, it is the simple squamous epithelium. Outer to the endothelium, this is the subendothelial layer. It is the loose connective tissue. Outer to the subendothelial layer, this is the internal elastic lamina. It is a thin fenestrated sheet of the elastic material. This is the middle layer in the large elastic artery. It is the tunica media. It consists of many layers of elastic laminae or concentric layers of the elastic laminae. In the tunica media, also we will find smooth muscle cells. The smooth muscle cells are interspread between the elastic laminae. They produce the elastic material that forms the elastic lamina. And this is the outermost layer in the large elastic artery. It is the tunica adventitia. It consists of the connective tissue. In this connective tissue, we will find fibroblasts, nerves, and small blood vessels are called vasa vasorum. This figure shows large elastic artery, the carotid artery. It is stained by the elastic stain. This is the tunica intima. It is the innermost layer in the carotid artery. Outer to the tunica intima, this is the tunica media. It consists of many layers of concentric elastic laminae. Those are the elastic laminae, appears as a wavy black sheet by the elastic stain. The smooth muscles that are interspread between the elastic laminae are not visible here by the elastic stain. Outer to the tunica media, this is the tunica adventitia. The tunica intima and the tunica media are separated from each other by the internal elastic lamina, while the tunica media and the tunica adventitia are separated from each other by the external elastic lamina. This figure shows large elastic artery, the aorta. It is stained by the elastic stain. This is the low magnification. This is the tunica intima. The tunica intima consists of the endothelium. This is the endothelium. It is the simple squamous epithelium. Under the epithelium, this is the subendothelial layer. It is the loose connective tissue. And this is the internal elastic lamina or the internal elastic membrane. Together they form the tunica intima. Outer to the tunica intima, this is the tunica media. It consists of many layers of the elastic laminae. Between the elastic laminae, there are smooth muscle cells or the smooth muscle fibers. And this is the tunica adventitia. The tunica adventitia in the large elastic artery like the aorta. It contains connective tissue. The connective tissue contains vasa vasorum, small venules and small arterioles. This slide illustrates the large elastic artery, the aorta. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the wall of the aorta. It consists of three tunics or three layers. The innermost layer, this is the tunica intima here. Outer to the tunica intima, this is the middle layer, the tunica media, and the outermost layer in the wall of the aorta, this is the tunica adventitia. The tunica intima, as in the rest of the arteries, is consists of the endothelium, subendothelial layer, and the internal elastic lamina. The middle layer in the wall of the elastic artery, the large elastic artery, This is the tunica media from here to here. The tunica media is consists of the elastic fibers and smooth muscle fibers. The major part or the bulk of the tunica media is formed by the elastic fibers, while the smooth muscle fibers are interspread between the elastic fibers. As you know, the elastic fibers by H&E stain appear pink, while by the elastic stain it appears black. In this slide or in this figure, the elastic laminae or the elastic fibers are pink and are more difficult to distinguish by the H&E stain. If you want to see the arrangement and the size of the elastic fibers in the tunica media, it is better to use the elastic stain because by the elastic stain, the elastic fibers appear black. The smooth muscle fibers are interspread between the elastic fibers. You can notice that in this part of the slide, this box contains magnified part of the tunica media. Those are the elastic laminae are pink in color because we use H&E stain. Those are the elastic laminae. Between the elastic laminae, you can notice that there are some dark nuclei between the elastic laminae or between the elastic fibers. Those dark nuclei are the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells. The function of the smooth muscle cells in the tunica media is the production of the elastic laminae or the elastic membrane. The outermost layer in the wall of the aorta, this is the tunica adventitia. It is the connective tissue layer. This connective tissue contains small blood vessels. We call them vasa vasorum. This is a magnified part of the tunica adventitia. You can notice that here. Those small arterioles and small venules are the vasa vasorum. The vasa vasorum provide nutrition and oxygen to the tunica media and the tunica adventitia in the wall of the large elastic arteries. This slide shows large elastic artery, the aorta. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the low magnification of the wall of the aorta. This is the lumen of the aorta, and this is the innermost layer, the tunica intima. This is the middle layer, the tunica media, and this is the outermost layer, the tunica adventitia. This slide shows transverse section through the large elastic artery, the aorta. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the medium magnification. This is the innermost layer in the wall of the aorta, the tunica intima. It consists of the endothelium. You can notice that the dark dot or the blue colored dots in the innermost part of the tunica intima, those are the nuclei of the endothelial cells, and this is the internal elastic lamina. Between the endothelial cells and the internal elastic lamina, there is a layer of connective tissue. We call it subendothelial connective tissue layer. So the tunica intima consists of the endothelium, subendothelial connective tissue layer, and the internal elastic lamina. This is the middle layer in the wall of the aorta, the tunica media. It consists of smooth muscle cells. Those are the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells, the dark nuclei, interspread between several layers of the elastic laminae. The pink color here is related to the elastic laminae, many layers of the elastic laminae. And the outermost layer, this is the tunica adventitia. It is the layer of connective tissue. This slide shows transverse section through the large elastic artery, the aorta. It is stained by H&E stain. This is a high magnification of the tunica media and the tunica intima. This is the innermost layer, the tunica intima, and those are the endothelial cells, single layer of the endothelial cells. You can notice that the dark nuclei of the endothelial cells in the innermost part of the tunica intima, and this is the internal elastic lamina. Between the internal elastic lamina and the endothelium, this is the subendothelial layer. It is the layer of loose connective tissue. And this is the tunica media, high magnification of the tunica media. You can notice that those are the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells, are interspread between several layers of the elastic laminae. Those are the elastic laminae, the pink color elastic laminae. This figure illustrates the wall of the medium-sized artery. As we said, it consists of three layers: tunica intima, tunica media, and the tunica adventitia. This is the innermost layer, the tunica intima. It consists of the endothelium. This is the inner layer in the tunica intima in contact with the blood in the lumen of the medium-sized artery. Outer to the endothelium, this is the subendothelial layer. It is the layer of connective tissue. And outer to the subendothelial layer, this is the internal elastic lamina. The characteristic features of the tunica intima in the medium-sized artery is the wavy appearance of the internal elastic lamina. This is the middle layer in the wall of the medium-sized artery, the tunica media. It consists mainly of smooth muscle cells. The smooth muscle cells form about 6 to 40 layers of smooth muscle. Outer to the smooth muscle layer, there is external elastic lamina. The external elastic lamina is present in the large muscular artery, and it is absent in the small muscular arteries. The contractions of the smooth muscle layer in the tunica media lead to the wavy appearance in the internal elastic lamina, or the wavy appearance of the internal elastic lamina in the tunica intima. The outermost layer, this is the tunica adventitia. It consists of the connective tissue. This connective tissue contains fibroblast. There is some vasa vasorum in the tunica adventitia in the large muscular artery. This figure shows transverse section through the medium-sized artery. Also, it is called the muscular artery or distributing artery. In this transverse section, this is the lumen of the medium-sized artery. The lumen is surrounded by the innermost layer. It is the tunica intima. This is the tunica intima that surrounds the lumen of the medium-sized artery. The tunica media consists of three parts. The innermost part, this is the endothelium. You can see it is the simple squamous epithelium, flat cells with flat nuclei. Outer to the endothelium, this is the subendothelial layer. The blue color, this is the connective tissue layer. Outer to the endothelium, it is called subendothelial layer. Outer to the subendothelial layer, this is the internal elastic lamina. You can notice that the wavy appearance of the internal elastic lamina. The middle layer in the wall of the muscular artery, this is the tunica media. You can notice that it consists mainly of smooth muscles. This is the smooth muscle cells in the tunica media. There is also some elastic fibers and some collagen fibers. This is the external elastic lamina. It separates the tunica media from the tunica adventitia. Outer to the external elastic lamina, this is the tunica adventitia. It consists mainly of connective tissue. In this connective tissue, we can find many fibroblasts, small arterioles and venules. We call them vasa vasorum. Also, there is some nerves in the tunica adventitia. Those nerves belong to the autonomic nervous system. This slide shows muscular artery or the medium-sized artery. As we said, the medium-sized artery is called muscular artery because the arterial wall is dominated by smooth muscles. This is the tunica intima. In the tunica intima, this is the endothelium. Outer to the endothelium, this is the subendothelial layer. And this is the wavy internal elastic lamina. This is the tonica media. You can notice that the smooth muscle cells here in the tonica media, there are many layers of smooth muscle cells. In addition to the smooth muscle cells in the tonica media, there is some elastic fibers and collagen fibers. And this is the tonica adventitia. It is the layer of connective tissue outer to the tonica media. This slide shows transverse sections through the muscular artery or the medium-sized artery. This is the lumen of the muscular artery. And here, this is the internal elastic lamina. You can notice that the wavy appearance of the internal elastic lamina, as we said, it is due to contractions of the smooth muscles in the tonica media. This is the tonica media here. It consists of several layers of smooth muscles, from 6 to 40 layers, depending on the size of the muscular artery. Here there are several layers of the elastic laminae. The elastic laminae separate the tonica media from the tonica adventitia, separate the middle layer from the outer layer. In the tonica media, in addition to the smooth muscle cells, there are some collagen fibers and elastic fibers. In the tonica media, the collagen fibers, elastic fibers, and the external elastic lamina are produced by the smooth muscle in the tonica media. This slide shows transverse section through the muscular artery or the medium-sized artery. This is the lumen of the artery. This is the tonica intima. And those are the nuclei of the endothelial cells that lines the lumen of the muscular artery. And this is the internal elastic lamina. You can notice that the wavy appearance of the internal elastic lamina. It marks the boundaries between the tonica intima and the tonica media, between the internal elastic lamina and the endothelium of the tonica intima. There is subendothelial connective tissue. This is the tonica media. The tonica media, it consists of many layers of smooth muscle cells. The dark dots in the tonica media, those are the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells. Also in the tonica media, we have collagen fibers and smooth and elastic fibers. They are produced by the smooth muscle cells in the tonica media. This is the tonica adventitia, and those are the vasa vasorum in the tonica adventitia. In this slide, we will show a transverse section through a small artery. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the low magnification. Here, this is the lumen of the artery. It is rounded and regular lumen. This is the tonica intima, the innermost layer in the wall of the artery. And this is the endothelium of the tonica intima, the layer of the tonica intima in contact with the blood in the lumen of the artery. It is a single layer of the simple squamous epithelium. This is the tonica media, and the outermost layer, this is the tonica adventitia. You can compare the thickness of the tonica media and the tonica adventitia. The tonica media, it is the thickest layer in the wall of the artery. This slide shows transverse section through the small artery. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the medium magnification. Here, this is the lumen of the artery, and this is the innermost layer in the wall of the artery, the tonica intima. In the tonica intima, you can notice that this is the endothelium of the tonica intima. Those are the dark nuclei of the endothelial cells, or blue color. Here, this is the blue color, the nuclei of the endothelial cells. And this is the internal elastic lamina. Here, this is the tonica media, the middle layer in the wall of the artery. Those dark nuclei or blue nuclei of the smooth muscle cells in the tonica media. Also, in addition to the smooth muscle cells, there are some collagen fibers and elastic fibers. The collagen fibers and the elastic fibers in the tonica media are produced by the smooth muscle cells. Also, the orientation of the smooth muscle cells in the tunica media is the circular orientation. Outer to the tunica media, this is the tunica adventitia, which forms the outermost layer in the wall of the artery. This slide shows transverse section through the small artery. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the high magnification of the tunica intima and the tunica media. This is the tunica intima. It consists of the endothelium. You can notice that here the dark nuclei of the endothelial cells in the innermost part of the tunica intima. Outer to the endothelium, this is the subendothelial layer. It is the layer of connective tissue, loose connective tissue, outer to the endothelium. And the outermost part of the tunica intima, this is the internal elastic lamina. So the tunica intima consists of the endothelium, subendothelial layer, and the internal elastic lamina. This is the middle layer in the wall of the artery, the tunica media. It consists of smooth muscle cells and connective tissue fibers. Those dark nuclei are the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells. The pink color between the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells is referred to the collagen fibers and the elastic fibers. Both collagen fibers and the elastic fibers are produced by the smooth muscle cells in the tunica media. The smooth muscle cells in the tunica media are oriented in a circular fashion, and those smooth muscle cells control the diameter of the artery. Now we will talk about the structure of the vein. In general, the vein has thinner wall than the artery. Also, it has the larger and irregular lumen in compared to the lumen of the artery. The lumen of the artery is more regular and smaller than that of the vein. Some veins have valves. The valves are fold of the tunica intima. The function of the valves is prevent the backflow of the blood and allow the unidirectional flow of the blood toward the heart. Those valves are absent in some areas in the body, for example, absent in the veins of the viscera, in the veins of the central nervous system, also in the superior and the inferior vena cava. This slide shows a micrograph of a medium-sized vein in the right side of the slide and a medium-sized artery in the left side of the slide. This is the lumen of the vein. It is irregular and large lumen in compared to the lumen of the artery. The lumen of the artery is smaller and more rounded than the lumen of the vein. This is the wall of the medium-sized vein. The wall is thinner in compared to the thick wall of the artery. The artery has a thicker wall than that does the vein. You can notice that the wall of the vein is often folded around the relatively large lumen. This folding leads to the irregularity of the lumen of the vein. In this slide, we will show the histological feature of the large vein under the microscope. As in the rest of the blood vessels, it consists of the tunica intima. The tunica intima consists of the endothelium. This is the endothelium. It is the simple squamous epithelium. You can notice that the flat cells and the flat nuclei of the endothelium. This is the subendothelial connective tissue layer. The middle layer, this is the tunica media. The tunica media in the large vein consists of circular smooth muscles. And this is the tunica adventitia. You can notice that the thickness of the tunica adventitia, it is the thickest layer in the wall of the vein. It consists of the connective tissue. This connective tissue contains longitudinal bundles of smooth muscle cells, in addition to some fibroblasts and vasa vasorum, small venules and small arterioles in the connective tissue layer of the tunica adventitia. The vasa vasorum are more extensive in the wall of the large vein in compared to the artery because the poor oxygen content of the vein. There are some elastic fibers in the tunica adventitia. The vasa vasorum provide nutrition and oxygen to the tunica adventitia and the tunica media. In this slide, we will show a histological feature of the large vein. This is a portal vein. Our example is the portal vein. It is stained by H&E stain. This is a low magnification. We will start by the tunica intima. It is the middle layer in the wall of the vein. It consists of the endothelium. You can notice that the flat cells phosphate nuclei under the epithelium. This is the endothelium. It is a layer of connective tissue that support the endothelium. Some large veins exhibit an internal elastic lamina that is not as well developed as in the arteries. Next to the tunica intima, this is the tunica media. The tunica media of the large vein is thinner in compare to the tunica adventitia. The smooth muscle cells in the tunica media, here, those are the smooth muscle cells, exhibit a circular orientation. You can notice that the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells in the tunica media. This is large tunica adventitia. The tunica adventitia is thick and muscular. The wall of the large vein is characterized by the presence of the thick and muscular tunica adventitia. Those are the longitudinal bundles of the smooth muscle cells. The orientation of the smooth muscle cells in the tunica adventitia in a longitudinal, or it is a longitudinal orientation. Also, in the tunica adventitia, we will find the vasa vasorum. This is the small arteriole, and those are the small venules, in addition to the some capillaries in the tunica adventitia. This slide shows large vein. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the tunica intima, the innermost layer in the wall of the large vein, and this is the endothelium. It is the innermost layer of the tunica intima that line the lumen of the vein. This is the tunica media. The tunica media contains circular smooth muscle cells in addition to some connective tissue. And this is the tunica adventitia. It is the thick and muscular layer. It is the outermost layer in the wall of the large vein. It contains a longitudinal bundles of smooth muscle cells. This slide shows transverse section through the small size vein. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the low magnification. This is the lumen of the vein, and this is the innermost layer, the tunica intima. This is the endothelium, the layer of the tunica intima in contact with the blood in the lumen. This is the middle layer, the tunica media, and this is the outermost layer, the tunica adventitia. You can notice that the thickness of the tunica adventitia in compare to the tunica media and the tunica intima. The tunica adventitia, it is the thickest layer in the wall of the vein. This slide shows transverse section through the small vein. It is stained by H&E stain. This is the medium magnification of the tunica intima and the tunica media. This is the innermost layer in the wall of the vein. It is the tunica intima. It consists of the endothelium. This is the single layer of the simple squamous epithelium that lines the lumen of the vein. And this is the subendothelial connective tissue layer. It is the layer of the loose connective tissue under the endothelium. And this is the middle layer, the tunica media. It consists of smooth muscle cells in addition to some collagen fibers. Those are the nuclei of the smooth muscle cells. You can notice that the orientation of the smooth muscle cells in the tunica media is a circular orientation. Between the smooth muscle cells, we will find some collagen fibers and the elastic fibers. Our slide in this lab: elastic artery, the aorta, medium-sized artery, a small-sized artery, and vein. This is the end of our lab. Thanks everybody.